got my new burner. This is not a bad one. Alxium or something. Alxium. Quite nice. It just plugs into your... It's got the different connectors. So it's got the two different connectors. There. So this one, which plugs in, or it's got the USB, or the smaller USB. But I've got an adapter, so that helps. But this is my update. It's called a Web 1. And you can update, I've got a stupid voice. You can use this to serve websites onto your legacy computer, which I'm doing Windows update still, legacy update, because the Windows updates doesn't work anymore, so I'm using legacy update. And it'll whatever's coming up there. So now it's got installing security update 4 of 107. So it's just downloaded that one. So it's just finished there. So and what else I've got running in the background? This is for the internet, but on my local LAN, my home internet, my home network, to share files. See, I've got this disk here. I downloaded some games and essentials and tools and other things. A bit hard to see there. So I've got tools and things for Windows XP. But what I want to do, this is a disk I made out of a download from archive.org. But instead of putting it on my hard drive, I want to put it on the network. But the network settings on these ones are SMB1, which are out of date. So what you can do, you can install FTP. I've got a FileZilla. And what you do, you set up FTP on your NAS, and you can update to a folder on your NAS on any of your computers, and then share your files. So what I'm doing, I'm copying the disk to a folder. I'm copying the disk to a folder on the NAS, and that will be available to anyone. So I've got files over here. I can open it there. I can copy to a folder here, and it'll back up to my NAS. So I don't have to go through the network SMB, which is the Windows version. I can go through the FileZilla, which is the FTP version. So yeah, it's very handy. You just have your home ones this side. This is on the computer, and then this is the NAS this side. You right click upload, and you create a folder this side, and you can just upload whatever. So so yeah, it's very clever. You have your little thing up the top telling you what's going on. It will tell you which files are uploading, and it's very useful if you've got a whole hard drive you want to upload or something. It'll do one file at a time, so, or one or two at a time, depending how big your network is. It might do 10 at a time. You can change the settings, and yeah, so that's how it all works. Hope you enjoy that one. You look up how to set up FTP on your NAS. There'll be a program like this one's on my NAS. It's QNAP, so it'll be QU FTP, the program, or it might be in the on your NAS. It might be in just in the general settings. It might have a network settings. Might have a FTP option to switch on, an FTP server. So if you don't have a NAS, you could set it up probably on one of your laptops or your other computers and serve files. Get a FTP server, not FTP client. So this is an FTP client program. You want FTP server program, so the server will serve the files to the client. So yeah, you set up on your NAS, network attached storage, or it's also called a server, or mine's a QNAP. Other people get Synology, or there's other brands. What's the other one? It starts with A, I think. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, look them all up. There's all sorts of brands of servers. They don't cost too much. Probably mine was under $1,000, but then you got to buy hard drives. It costs a lot, but if you get a cache, you can you can add a little cache, M.2 NVMe hard drive in there, and SSD, and that will save your normal hard drives from spinning up so much and wasting a lot of energy. They just serve the files they need to by caching the ones onto the disk. Later on, they just plop them on the ones you need. The ones you don't need, they don't write on, they just delete them. So stuff like that. You know, it saves a lot of energy, so it's good having that on your NAS. You might have four to eight disks. Instead of them spinning all the time, it will use the cache and SSDs and then slowly write to your hard drives, and so saves a lot of power. So yeah, set up the FTP. All it really do is switch it on and put a port number. I think there might be a few other little settings, but then just use the IP of your NAS. You can even set up a name server, so just call it something. So your IP address will be a name, covers up your IP number. I didn't bother, so you can probably see my IP number. Oh well. Or your hacking attempts go to the police, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, so that's how it works. Then you just log in here, you have a site manager, write in your site number, and usually the good thing to do is set up a username and password. So have a NAS create a unique user for this, called FTP user or something, and then write your permissions in, so whatever FTP can has permission to access on your server. It'll only allow certain folders, or so with certain usernames and things. I think this is working anyway. I don't know why. Maybe it just does any, but I think I must have. Oh no, I did set. Yeah, I set it up in a certain folder. Yeah, so that's all right. So I won't access the other folders. It doesn't have permissions, which you can set with a certain set of letters. I can't remember what they're called right now, but you have permission letters or numbers or something. So yeah, so that's that.